Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Build Modded with me, Sid, and I've done a little bit of work on the junk since last time. I got the sails in, so I had a go at doing these with microblocks, and oh man, that was going to be such a job. I gave up on the idea of microblocking them. It was just, yeah, not happening. Anyway, so we've got that going on. One of the problems with microblocks, just be aware of, is that is an oak post. That is oak. See the problem? They have slightly different colours when you microblock them, so that's one to be wary of for the future. So the couple of things I do need to do. First thing I need to do is put in a rudder for this bad boy. Down here, obviously, because the rudder kind of goes at the back. The other thing we need to do is sort out some rigging. And there's a couple of things we need to do there. The junk diagram I've got kind of got like a T shape coming across here, and there's some rigging that comes down there, and then rigging that comes from the top of this down to here and here, and you know, there's rigging everywhere basically, and similarly rigging comes down there and there, which is going to be awkward with that sail in the way, but we'll work it. And then we can actually start to think about the appointments on this thing. I'm not going to do much on the outside now, because I think I could fiddle around with this until I'm blue in the face. So the rudder, well, the rudder I think is going to be probably dark oak, and it's going to come out. Let's have a look. It's probably under here somewhere. Like this is that stair. Bye bye stair. Oop, that wasn't a good idea. Sort that out. Please be something there. There is something there. That's good. But this is going to... Oh, that needs to come out. Yeah. So you're kind of going to have this kind of thing going on down here. So that's going to be coming out there. And looking at my little diagram there, they kind of got this funny kind of fin shape coming out there. 1, 2, and then this is not necessarily the way I envisaged this going. But you kind of got that's probably one more. So that's kind of coming out like that. And then we need something to fill the middle. I'm going to try... We need a different... I could try the ebony wood, I suppose. Let's have a look. How does that work? Yeah, that kind of works. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but you know, you can't have everything. Well, you can, or you can try anyway. So if that's coming up there, it's coming up there, there, there. Oh crap. Let me go and have a look inside. See whether I can work out where the actual... I think it's kind of coming up here like this. No! Bad. Damn it. it's kind of coming up like that, which is not ideal, but and then looking at the diagrams here, that's kind of the way it's coming out, and that does look a bit chunky and big. It's unfortunately going to have to be that way, but what we could do is try, oh god, tell you what, no, the only way I'm going to get the colour to match is if I build whole blocks out of micro blocks, which is going to be a right royal pain in the backside. Oh, strange. Right, and that kind of thing going on, maybe. Now the question is then, well, that needs to be like that. Oh god, this micro-blocking is going very strangely. So if that's the rudder, what we need to do then is, I think, if we can manage this. Now the problem is I can't do this. This kind of would normally be a diagonal, but that would be, I don't know whether I'll get away with this or not. No. What do I do if I do? Oh. I need to put that back. Let me just try something here. Not really perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it could be worse. Obviously the poor fella who's doing this is really tall. Right, we just need to bring that down. Okay. So that comes down like that. Oh god. You're going to be like that, aren't you? I know this isn't quite right, but I don't see a way around it, to be honest, unless... Ah, there's nothing under there. There is a way around it then. So that's going to go like that, and then we can bring that down. No. And down. And oh god. And down. And then continue on down. There you go, so that's our rudder-y kind of thing going on. We can obviously, the pilot would have to be really tall to steer with that, so we'll probably platform this up a little bit, but that's easily done. Right, now in terms of the rigging, let's go with a light colour. Oh, before I do that, let me go and... I don't think I can cut up that ebony plank, but we'll give it a try. I need to find out why I can cut some of these things up and not others. No, you can't. So again, dark wood. And at the front here, nope, let me just set the time today before it gets dark on us. dark honours. Dark honours. So at the front here we're going to have, I think that's probably a good point. And from there we should be able to, if I can get this. No. I can do that. That's not a problem. Now, the question is, yes, I can kind of give that a little bit of reinforcement. Like that. And on top of that, we can come out up like that. So I need to bring a fence from there to here somehow. Now that's going to be fun. So I'm going to try and do this off camera because it will be less painful to watch, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, it's not perfect. I've changed the fence type to a wenge fence because it's the light just looked ludicrous. So that's the fairly simple rigging on the first mast. But to repeat that process, there's a 3 on that and 2 on this. So 2 things down here, and then obviously there'll be some ropes coming off of these spars. I'm not going to try and duplicate the rigging of a junk perfectly because A, it's a pain in the backside because you have, trying to think, if you look at I'm looking at a diagram, you'd have what rope coming out from each of these spars. They come down to a rope which ties off down here, and if we had rope it would be dead easy, or relatively easy anyway, but we don't. We have to make do with certain blocks to simulate rope. Now I've seen ships and ship builds using glass blocks, and that works okay. My preference has always been fencing, just because it's that thinner and you can connect it and it comes down. Shame about these little double bits in the middle, but you know, you have to work in the environment, so to speak. So I'm going to get this mast done. I'm going to get the rigging in for all of these, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I just thought I'd check this out. Looking at it with the shaders on, I've got Mr. Meep on at the moment. I've had to sacrifice some of the rigging. It would not fit with the sails as I'd done them. So these 2 masts have just got a basic one. I'm not 100% happy with that. But I think it's not bad given its fences. So the next thing I need to do is start looking at the appointments of the decks, getting a bit of detail on here, and just generally cleaning up. So I'm going to start thinking about that, and I'll be back once I've got some firmer ideas of what I want to do where. Okay, so see you in a little while. Okay guys, I think that is probably about it. I started building and then couldn't stop. Like I say, I'm still not 100% happy with this, but if we start at the front up here, we've got hanging off the edge here, these are the anchors and the chain from Props Mod. Then if I can hit the right key, we've done that's just a solid block towards the front, and it's just fairly basic access up there, whatever this deck's called. Come down, we've got like a little front, again red brick, These are lanterns from the Lanterns mod. Obviously, you know, the heraldic banners, and again, some crates and stuff from the props mod. In here is the crew quarters. Couldn't really find anything that worked for foot lockers, so I went with vanilla chests. And yes, I do realise that on a ship like this, of this kind of period and stuff, the crew would have had hammocks, and I tried to microblock them, and it really didn't look good. So I went with the Tinker's Construct beds, not Tinker's Construct, the Carpenters Block beds, because they look quite bland and plain. So we moved through, got a few barrels on the deck. We've got this here, which is the loading hatch. Then we've got a canopied area for cargo, and again, a whole load of cargo, a little bit of fiddly bits going on here. Carry on up onto the top. Again, this hasn't really changed much. We've filled that in and given access up to the back here. Some more lanterns. Now over this side is the captain's quarters. Again, bed, I know, little desk, a lamp and some lockers and yada yada. And over this side we have the mess, and they're having turkey. So we just got the usual furnaces, some chests, bit of chairs, and then we have the access down into the hold, which is quite dark. Lots of cargo, a few cobwebs, a couple of huge barrels there with whatever they're transporting, and more barrels and stuff, and very dark down here. And if I just get the lantern out, we should be able to see quite nicely that, you know, mixture of cargo, nothing special. These are just spruce wooden walls. They kind of work quite well for an interior partition wall in here. So yeah, I'm happy enough. Given that it's the first ship of this style that I have tried to build. Let me just try and fly up there. Obviously we've got the sails and the various little bits, knobbly bits going on up here. It's the first ship of this type that I've tried. I've built 2 or 3 ships over the years, and if anybody's seen some of my stuff off the previous server, then you'll know about the Black Pig, the Skylark, the Flying Pig, which was the Black Pig as a dirigible, and I also did a galley, but not, as I say, not too displeased. I could have spent a lot longer on this, which brings me to my next little thing. I'm going to try something different for this series. Well, not for this series. I'm going to put this series on a temporary hiatus for a couple of reasons. Well, probably a couple, maybe more. The first one is, at the moment, Magic Farm 2, which is obviously one of my main and long-running series, and Agrarian Skies are both, well, Agrarian Skies is grindy, period. It's a skyblock map, and it involves an awful lot of grinding. So, on average, for every 30 minutes of Agrarian Skies that you see on YouTube, there's probably anywhere between 5 to 10 hours of gameplay. Not necessarily gameplay that I would record, because it's me grinding gravel, yada yada. Similarly, Magic Farm 2 is at that phase where there's a lot of building, an awful lot of background work going in, and it's just a time issue. Now, if you take the dojo, that, as I said in the series before, probably equated to 30 build hours. And given that translated to 2 video hours, you know, it's not particularly big mathematics. It's approximately 7.5 hours of playtime to create 30 minutes of video, and it's just too many hours of playing to make the 30-minute video side of things. And this ship has probably taken 15-16 hours at a guess, at a rough idea, and that's in creative mode. I mean, God knows what it'd be like if I'd ever tried to build it in survival. So what I want to do is, just as a temporary thing, I want to try something different, something a little fun, something different to what I would normally do. It may work, it may not. It's going to involve little to no building at all, and it is going to be a survival series. I'd originally thought about doing Life in the Woods mod pack for this particular series, but I've decided what I want to do is I'm going to take a version of Magic Farm 2, slice some mods out of it because some of them just not appropriate for what I want to do. Specifically, I'm going to take out the legendary mobs or the extra tough mobs, keep the hunger mechanics, keep the Tinker's Construct, keep all the other stuff in. And this is going to be a Minecraft Magic Farm 2 Nomad series. So the idea is we'll generate a new world, we'll start off from scratch, but instead of settling in any one place, we're going to survive by foraging, moving onwards, settling down periodically to make camps if we need to grind, you know, some materials or whatever. But for the most part, it will be me traversing through the wilderness. It will be obviously full biomes of plenty, lots of nice things to look at, trying to develop and survive. And I think I am going to do it in, I'm not sure whether to do it in hardcore mode. I may do it in hardcore mode. If I don't do it in hardcore mode, I will almost certainly do it with a life counter. And we'll just see how we go. If I do it in hardcore mode, it will basically run until I die or I get bored or there's nothing really much left to see. But let me know what you think of that. There's an idea. I think it'd be different, potentially fun. As I say, I think the legendary mobs would just be too much for a series like that, because we are literally going to be going walkie walkie walkie, oh look, berries, chunk, oh, I've got some food, chomp chomp chomp, walkie walkie walk, look at the lovely landscape, yada yada, have a chat, you know, just generally chill out and see what happens. Let me know what you think. If you've got any suggestions along those lines, how to, if there's anything you think would make that good, make that work better. But I'm not abandoning this. Now, the other reason, because I said there was two, is I said at the start of this that I wanted to release this group of mods as a mod pack. Ideally through something like the Feed the Beast launcher, but if not, you know, just as a downloadable zip file with which I've configured and will work if you drop it into multi-Minecraft or whatever you do. Now, that is proving more difficult than I originally thought. I've got emails out to quite a few of the mod authors. I've got a few still to send because there's quite a few mods in here, asking for permission to use their mods in a pack. And I've got permission back from quite a few of them, but I've not had any response from other ones. Now, I can either release it early and say, oh, I'm fine, screw you, Jammies, we're not going to stick Jammy's Furniture mod in. That's what I'm waiting for, by the way. We'll take Jammy's out and we'll do without it. But of course, I've done 3 builds now, and I honestly can't tell you if I've got anything from Jammy's Furniture mod. I know this one hasn't because I deliberately didn't put it in, but there may be something from Jammy's in that, or in the old cottage. Because the other thing I wanted to do with the mod download is also make this world available for download after each build. These blocks are weird. And that's not been possible to date. So I want to take a bit of time just to try and get this available for release. As I say, it may be on the FTP launcher. I strongly suspect initially not, because it is quite a process to get that accepted. So put it on hold, come up with a few ideas for builds. If you've got any ideas for builds, you know, please do let me know. I'm thinking possibly some kind of castle next time, because castles is what I'm good at, or reasonably. Don't want to blow my own trumpet. Yeah, and we'll give this other series just a little try, see what we think, have an experiment, play with formats. And we'll be back to the Let's Build Modded, hopefully in the not too distant future. And yeah, so with that said, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the junk build. It's as I say, it's been a bit of a challenge, and the only thing left is to say thanks for watching and enjoy the brief time lapse which is going to follow with this in all its glory with the shaders on. Thanks a lot, and see you soon. Bye for now.